Alright, hi, I'm Mila Herenda, and today I'm going to be interviewing my good friend Lucas Mattiello from levelupliving.com. He's a public speaking coach, and today we're going to be talking about some really good tips so that we can get better at public speaking engagements. Okay, and Lucas, tell me a little bit about you.
Hey, yeah, so Lucas Mattiello, I do public speaking training, specifically the Communicate with Confidence training is what it's called, and it's for business professionals who want to speak with more confidence in every situation, from sales meetings to running team meetings to keynote presentations. It's all coming from confidence. When you do it with confidence, that's what allows you to step up and step apart from all your competitors and stand out and share your true message.
Well, that is the truth, right? Because we've all seen those speakers that have bombed.
Exactly.
You want to be speaking with confidence at all times in all situations. And so, Lucas, why is public speaking with confidence really important to grow your business?
Yeah, you know, there's two main reasons. Well, I mean, there's probably more than two reasons. The two that I'm going to discuss right now is that, one, we're in a hyper-competitive market. It's so easy today to just get blended in with all the competitors and not stand out for being unique. And the second part is that speaking with confidence instantly positions you as the expert in your industry, and everyone wants to work with the expert. So when you do so, by projecting confidence and speaking with your messages, blasting it out to be heard by everyone, that's what positions you as the expert, and that's what's going to increase your business.
Well, in positioning yourself, you can't buy that.
Absolutely.
You have to do the work, really, and by doing the work, it means getting out there and talking to people, and you got to do that in every which way or form, whether it be in a form of webinars or YouTube or video blogs or whatever, right? You know, and getting out there in person and live as well, and doing speaking engagements. So part of why I wanted to interview Lucas to start off with is one of my first people that I interviewed is so that he can give us a couple of tips on how to speak with confidence. And one of my personal favorite tips is an email that he sent out to his list, and it's his most hated email. And it's kind of funny because he gave this one tip that you don't do in front of a crowd, by the way, but I do it before every video so you don't get to see it, but it's to jump up and down, to align your hips properly and speak from the ground up with confidence.
Absolutely,
right? Yeah. Because women tend to speak with their feet close together, and men tend to speak with their feet wide apart. So I learned all of this from him. So all you got to do, so this is a little tip, so if you're going to do video, all you got to do is you set up your video, and then at the beginning you just jump up and down a little bit, and then you're in the right spot.
Yes.
Can you share a couple other tips with us?
Yeah, absolutely. So first I want to go into that. So one tip though is right with that one is, yes, that was my most hated email that I've got. I got some pretty sharp feedback because they took it the wrong way, as if you're going to jump up and down on stage in front of your audience. Of course not. You're not going to do that. But before you walk in the room, it's a great message. So, you know, the tips that I have, one, it really relates from that, is that you're not going to be pleasing everyone. You're going to have some people in the audience that just don't align with your message. And so you might get some feedback, negative, criticism, disagreement. So one is just embrace it and go, okay, if I'm putting my message out there, more people are going to like it than that are going to dislike it. So I'm just focused on one, putting my message out there. That's the first tip. The second one is to be kind to yourself. So specifically, when there's situations that you might misalign or it won't be quote-unquote perfect, look, perfect doesn't exist when you're speaking in public. You're going to put it out there, and the audience doesn't have a script. They have absolutely no idea what you're going to say. And so when you misalign or you forget to put your key phrase in, they're not going to know. They're not going to be sitting there going, oh my God, you missed that line. I can't believe it. Right?
Nobody's going to
No one's going to notice.
They're never going to notice. They're never going to know.
Exactly.
The only person that'll know is you. So take it easy and relax. It's okay. And those are really good tips.
Absolutely.
And about the haters things, like, you know, like, there's always going to be a few people that don't like you, and I've just recently started getting this.
Yeah, nice. Congrats.
I'm part of this.
You got to celebrate that.
Thumbs down.
Good.
So at least I know I'm hitting I'm hitting somebody in their core somehow, but I often, I got 23 likes and I get 1 thumbs down. So who cares?
Absolutely.
Who cares? You can't be everyone to everything.
Can I chime in there for a second with that?
Yeah.
So actually, I have a friend of mine. I have some people that, there's always going to be on social media someone hiding behind a computer or on YouTube putting some comments, negative stuff about you. And the one thing I shared with him, he's like, oh, congrats. I'm like, why should I be celebrating this? He goes, when you start getting negative feedback, that just means that you're reaching a larger audience now.
Yeah,
and
that's
so
true.
If you're not getting that negative feedback, it means nobody knows you. Yeah. And I was thinking, how true. It's just a good, interesting reframe around the thought process.
Because I am reaching more people. I've been noticing, right? So that's awesome. Actually, it's great. Thanks for... And you know what I really like is if you don't like it and then you share it and you say, I really don't like this. Thanks for sharing. That's what I always want to leave a note. Thanks for sharing. Okay, so... Oh, I got an email for you, Lucas, when I was saying that I was going to do this public speaking thing, that interview. He was asking me, well, I have an opportunity to speak in front of a crowd and it's only 6 people. Should I do it? Yeah. Well, I say yes.
Yes. A great question. That comes up a lot. People they get down on themselves. They go, oh, it's only 6 people or 10 people. It's not an auditorium full of audience and people there. Look, at the end of the day, you're starting somewhere. You're building that muscle of putting yourself out there. And especially, when I started, there's a number of presentations and speeches that I did that really didn't go well. They did not go well at all. And they were critical. We all had bombs. We all had bombs. Yeah. And so what it is it's an opportunity to learn. And that's the way I frame it. If you ever have an opportunity to speak in public, I don't care if it's with your staff or in front of an audience of 6 people, take it. Because you're refining it, you're always going to be making improvements, and you're getting more comfortable with doing it. And that is the key, to always be refining it. Yeah, it's really key, too, because you got to start somewhere. Absolutely. It's not a marathon. It's a marathon, not a sprint. He said that to me earlier. So it's a marathon, not a sprint. I like that saying because... You're growing your business from now until forever, right? You don't want to just end it right away, and you can't just step into being a speaker for 10,000 people right off the bat, right? Yeah. You got to start and feel confident in front of 6 people, then you get the crowds of 50 to 100, and then you carry on, and that's a really, really important factor, right? Start where you are comfortable. Absolutely. And but then you got to grow a little bit. Then you got to push your comfort zone. You got to push yourself. Okay, so, and then I wanted to ask Lucas, what is your biggest personal success with speaking engagements, either in a small or a large group? Yeah, that was a great question. So in any transformation and progression as far as a business, there's going to be a number of situations where you look back and go, wow, that was big. That was a defining moment. That was a defining moment. Yeah. There's one that definitely stands out. It was like the first time that I really made an offer for an upsell. And I had this program, it was a $500 upsell. And I was thinking, okay, here we go. And I had 16 people in the room, so we don't need a large number. No, absolutely. And I made the offer, and I had 8 people sign up for it. And I was like, wow, I just made $4,000. That was more than I made in a month, and at any time. And I was actually at that time I was early in my career. I was doing like $1,800 to $2,000, and I'm like, wow. And then I just did 2 months' pay in one day. Exactly. In one day, in one afternoon. I so rocked, right? And then when you start doing that, you get the confidence, and then you're able to go out there and do it again, and you're not so fear-ridden, or because we get really nervous. We're biting our nails, and anxiety starts coming in, and fear when we're about to make that sales pitch, right? Yeah. And it's always scary. We're going to talk about fear and anxiety and reducing stress on a different video. Yes. But just taking that step out there and doing it
just creates momentum. I'm so proud of you for doing that. Yeah. And then now you're here with me. It's all lucky.
Even with the upsell. So when you're doing it, it's not so much to focus on the number. It's not that $4,000 is the magic number. It can be $500. It could be 10 grand. It could be anywhere in there. It's the validation that you made that offer and people saw enough value and trust in you to take action so you could help them achieve their goal. That's what the real key is.
Yeah, that is the key, because you could be the best coach in the whole wide world and you have a really crappy sales presentation where you stand up in front of people and you get 0 sales because nobody has the confidence in you to realign their life.
Absolutely.
But if they worked with you one-on-one, they'd know. But that's why it's so important right there to, especially in coaching, business, of all kinds, you need to have those speaking skills. And it is a skill. It can be taught.
Absolutely can.
So it's just another skill that you got to hone and work it and know that you're going to get better over time, right?
Absolutely.
So this has just been fantastic. I want to thank you so much, Lucas, for joining me today. And you can find Lucas at levelupliving.com. And I'll be posting links on where to find you everywhere below. And I just want to thank you so much. It's been great.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks for watching.